Who do you want to be when you're in your relationship with your partner, with your lover, or with your spouse? Who do you want showing up when you're interacting with them on a daily basis? When you're making love or going for a walk or just sitting at home having a meal or having a conversation? Who is that person, and is that person your best self? Is that someone that you can be proud of? Is that someone that you feel, yes, I am stepping into this relationship and being the best version of myself that I can? In the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Stephen Covey talks about relationships being containers. And when you start a relationship, there's nothing in that container. There's nothing in there at all, except for what you and your partner pour into that relationship. And so it strikes me that it's really important that we not only make sure that we pour in really good quantities of ourselves into those relationships, but that we also pour good quality of stuff into those relationships. So the quantity bit is, for me, is about being really mindful about when are the opportunities when I can really input. Sending those texts, leaving messages, having phone calls during the day, making sure that you're touching base when you're at home together. Just touching each other, being kind to each other, and making sure that you're communicating deeply with each other on the really important matters, and having fun together. So it's the moments, the hits that you get are really important. And then you've also got the quality. So for me, one of the ways of getting that really great quality is to become clear about your values. What is it that really is important to you? What makes you feel like you're living that best version of yourself? So for example, for me, some of the key values for me are things like communication, respect, and kindness, and patience. So as much as possible, I'm trying to honor those values in my life, in every area of my life. So if I want to have a relationship that feels really meaningful to me and is powerful to me, then I feel like I want to show up in that relationship honoring those values. So being conscious of those values is very important. Then honoring those values is also really important. So again, that mindfulness part of being in a relationship is incredibly important. Any relationship. But I'm recording this on the week of Valentine's Day in 2019. So what I wanted to be able to bring on this video is that significant relationship, that lover relationship, that spouse relationship. And so rather than just celebrating the romance and the passion of your relationship for one day a year, I'm talking about doing it on every single day of the year, at every moment and opportunity that you can, whilst at the same time keeping that balance with all the other areas of your life that obviously can really get in the way. So one of the other things that I do to make sure that I'm giving the time to my relationship is I create strong boundaries. So before the relationship that I'm in now, I was married and was married for 10 years or more. And I was spectacularly unsuccessful with my boundaries and keeping and maintaining my boundaries. And when I first got married, I very quickly became self-employed, starting up my martial arts business. And all my energy and all my passion and all my attention was put into building this business. So much so that even when I was home, I was working on stuff and I didn't give my partner the attention that she deserved. And I didn't give the relationship the attention that it deserved. At the time, I wasn't even aware of a lot of my values. And I certainly wasn't in a place where I was honoring a lot of those values within that relationship. Yeah, I wasn't pouring stuff into that container. So very quickly, the container became very empty and eventually it became dry and it became cold. And there was nothing for either of us to be able to draw upon. So inevitably the relationship ended. So by sharing that with you, I'm just sharing some of the responsibility that I feel that I hold for that. I'm not saying that I take full responsibility for all of that, but I'm not going to start talking about my ex-wife's part in all of that. All I can do is take responsibility for my own thing, and that's the bit that I want to share with you today. So having learnt that with my new relationship, what I do now is I put very, very clear lines in my mind and in my time of when I'm working and also when I'm with my partner, so that the time doesn't bleed in and that I can put that quality time into my relationship. And I'm also aware of my values, so I can walk into my relationship and be in my relationship knowing that I'm honouring my values when I'm doing that. So I hope that idea around boundaries and around values and thinking about your relationship as a container are helpful tips that you can take away with you and begin to apply to your relationship. Please enjoy Valentine's Day. I certainly am going to. But remember that Valentine's Day can be something that you can experience every day if you put the energy and the quality and the quantity into that container to make your relationship a really beautiful and long-lasting relationship. My name's David Brown. I'm founder and director of Potentiality Coaching. I hope you found useful what it is that I've talked about today. So the inquiry that I want to leave you with is to ask you, who is it that is showing up in your relationship? Who is it that you want to be? And I would love to hear from you. So please post in the blog comment section or on the YouTube comment section as well. Or if you see this post come up on social media, then please interact on social media. And if you'd like to comment, but at the same time maintain your privacy, then I would love to receive an email from you so that we can have a discussion and a conversation about, for me, one of the most important things. Who is it that is showing up in your most significant relationship? Thank you.